I shared a ton of rules and best practices with you in this masterclass. However, as you feel more and more confident with type, you might think about breaking some of those so-called rules. It's perfectly okay, once you feel confident enough. When you get the hang of the rules and guidelines, and if they feel like they're limiting you in a specific project, and you can easily articulate why you feel like that, you're ready to explore breaking the conventions. It's completely natural. Questioning patterns is okay. It can even bring you to a new level, so don't avoid it just because it's generally not a good idea to do it like that. Some of the most common ways I see people break the rules are as follows. Breaking the hierarchy or having no hierarchy at all. It increases the cognitive load for a user, but sometimes that might be the goal you're trying to achieve. Maybe it fits in with a brand that's fighting against the norms. A similar thing is a purposeful lack of legibility. Again, most of the time, not a good practice, but it can work for some brands and projects, of course. One of the hardest things to pull off might be using more than two typefaces, but it can definitely work for some projects as long as there is enough contrast between the typefaces while still having some shared traits that make them work together well. A common example might be using different typefaces for caption or eyebrow headings. I see it a lot more in graphic design than web or UI design, but still, there are definitely areas where you can play with this once you become a typography expert. Final example I'd like to discuss is purposeful clashing. Using multiple personalities of different typefaces is a great way to communicate eccentric brands. As you might have noticed, when you're breaking the rules, you're once again doing it purposefully and strategically. I was able to clearly articulate why all of these might work in under what specific conditions and circumstances. All of these rule breaks happen because they bring you closer to your design goals, and they only work if you're doing those unconventional decisions deliberately.